Hello. Thank you for inviting me. I'm sorry I can't be with you. I'm going to give you a short introduction to who I am and what we need to do, and then I'm going to ask your help. So here's my presentation. Ecosystem restoration and ecotourism. We can solve our problems naturally. We visit resorts to be with nature, to be with people who care about nature, but it's easy to forget this, and to rediscover that we and nature are one and the same. Nature is health care for the soul, but nature is not well, and so we are not well. We need to care for nature in order to care for ourselves. And resorts, nature resorts, can help. But to do that, we need to understand the disease and we need to understand the cure. Let me give you a hint. Here's a picture of some land in Australia. This land is bare ground and grass, nibbled away by rabbits. They built a fence to keep the rabbits out. The grass grew long, native grasses, and look, it's raining on this side. It's not raining on this side. Here's the point. Nature heals the climate. If we restore nature, we can restore the climate, restore ourselves, and, by the way, have good ecotourism resorts. But nature is not well. We're dealing with warming. We're dealing with storming because warm air holds more water. We're dealing with fires and floods and famine and drought and erosion and diseases like AIDS and Ebola and COVID, all of which have to do with destruction of ecosystems and the dying oceans. And all of these things can be fixed by restoring ecosystems. And if we fix these things, if we show that we know how to fix these things, people will come to see what we're doing. They will come to see the nature, and they will go home and they will start caring for nature at home as well. But we have to understand the problem. We all have heard the greenhouse gas story. Sunlight hits the ground gets hot, the heat goes up, and it's caught by the greenhouse gas layer. It's true, but it's only part of the story. The other part of the story has to do with vegetation and plants and animals underground. They process water, and the water is vaporized, turned into water vapor by the plants, and that water vapor carries heat away, so the ground doesn't get as hot, and so there's less heat for the greenhouse gases to catch. And the clouds, the rain makes clouds, and the clouds make rain, and everything lives and grows. But also the clouds reflect sun out to space, and the clouds shade sun so that the ground stays cool. We could stop global warming by stopping greenhouse gases, but the problem is that will take 1,000 years. Or we can reverse global warming by repairing the air conditioning system. Now, how this works is a very rich story, and I'm only going to give you some clues. For one thing, roots aerate the soil, and then the soil stores water, and then the water nourishes the plants, and the plants make clouds, and clouds cool and make rain. And this is not rocket science, but it's more important than rocket science. And underground, there are all of these fungi, mushrooms, that connect all of these plants and animals together, and they work together. If you plant trees, the trees are likely to grow slowly or die. But if you plant a complete ecosystem, all of the plants, all of the native species that evolved together in your area, they will cooperate. They will grow 10 times faster. They will support 30 times as much biodiversity. You don't need to water a true ecosystem. And there are many, many more benefits. And one of them is that these are the environments that humans love to be in. They will pay money to be in healthy nature. There's a similar story to be told about our oceans. Living oceans make clouds and rain too. Life makes the climate, so we need to rebuild life. There are techniques for doing that. Water management is one technique. Planting a variety of species is another technique. You can, when you understand how corals and mangroves and fisheries work, you can actually stimulate the corals so that they grow 5 times faster. You can grow mangroves so they protect the shoreline and provide a nursery for all of the fish. And on land, you can use grazing animals, if you use them the right way, to rebuild the grasslands, which were originally created by animals like these, grazing on grass, eating the grass, but also fertilizing the grass, putting holes in the soil, making things healthy. Healthy ecosystems have spent millions of years figuring out how to do that. When you understand how nature works, you understand how to restore nature. And when you restore nature, you restore climate and you restore people. If you go to our website, you'll see that the new science of ecosystem restoration has taught us what we need to do, and we can attract and renew and inspire humans who care about nature. We know how to do this, not by only stopping fossil fuels, but by restoring nature. And if we do this, we heal our lands, our waters, and ourselves. And resorts, where people want to go to be with nature, are the perfect place to do this, to demonstrate it, to improve our resorts, and to tell people that they can change the world by healing nature. Thank you.